Burning of magnesium ribbon. Magnesium is a metal. When magnesium is burnt in presence of air, magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is the new substance which is formed here. We can understand by doing an simple activity. Now I am going to do the experiment showing burning of magnesium ribbon. You see, magnesium is a metal, it comes like this. This is a magnesium ribbon. I have taken out a piece of magnesium from this ribbon. I have cut. Now with the help of a matchstick I am going to burn this. See, burning. I have kept one watch glass here to collect the ash. Okay, see how beautifully with beautiful white flame it is burning. Okay, see fully it is burnt. I have collected the ash. Now I am going to dissolve some water in it. This white ash is magnesium oxide. Now if I dissolve this magnesium oxide in water with the help of a spatula, then magnesium oxide reacts with water to form magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide is a base. So whether magnesium hydroxide is produced or not, we can understand by performing litmus test. In acid, bases and salts, you got magnesium hydroxide is a base. So it will turn what? Red litmus paper to blue. So I have dissolved and then take a red litmus paper. This is red litmus paper. What will happen? I have dipped it in a solution. See, it is turning blue. If I keep it for a long period of time, then it will convert into blue completely. See, turn to blue. So burning of magnesium ribbon is a chemical change, because this white ash is nothing but a new substance which is called magnesium oxide, and magnesium oxide when dissolves in water, that also forms a new substance, that is magnesium hydroxide, which is a base, and thus it turns red litmus paper to blue. Okay, so both the changes are chemical changes. Burning of magnesium ribbon, magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is a new substance which is formed here, so it is a chemical change, and magnesium oxide when dissolved in water, it forms magnesium hydroxide, so it is also a chemical change. Reaction between baking soda and vinegar. Vinegar contains acetic acid and baking soda contains sodium hydrogen carbonate. So, when we mix baking soda and vinegar, then sodium hydrogen carbonate react with acetic acid to form sodium acetate, carbon dioxide and water. These are the three new substances which are formed. So, this change is a chemical change. Now the next change we will see, that is reaction between vinegar and baking soda. I have taken some vinegar here in this test tube, and I'll add some baking soda with the help of spatula here. See what happens. See. Have you seen? formation of this bubbles. See carefully. When carbon dioxide gas is passed through freshly prepared lime water, then it turns lime water milky. This is because lime water is calcium hydroxide solution. When carbon dioxide gas is passed through lime water, then calcium hydroxide combines with carbon dioxide to form a white solid substance, that is calcium carbonate. And this calcium carbonate makes lime water appear milky. So, calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide gives calcium carbonate plus water. This is a chemical change because calcium carbonate is the new substance which is formed and which makes the lime water milky. When carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, what happens we will see. This I have taken some lime water here in this test tube. Lime water is calcium hydroxide, and with the help of this pipe I will blow carbon dioxide from my mouth into this test tube containing calcium hydroxide, that is lime water. See, the lime water have become milky. Say this one. If I blow more, it will become more milky. So this has become milky because of the formation of calcium carbonate, white solid substance, which is formed due to the reaction between calcium hydroxide, that means lime water, and carbon dioxide. So new substance has formed, that is calcium carbonate, which makes the lime water milky. So this is a chemical change. Reaction between copper sulfate solution and iron. When copper sulfate reacts with iron, it forms iron sulfate and copper. This can be understood by performing the activity. Let us see what happens when copper sulfate reacts with iron. I have taken some tap water only in a beaker and I will add copper sulfate in it. See, copper sulfate, this is copper sulfate blue vitriol. Its color is blue, that's why it is also called blue vitriol. I am adding here in water with the help of spatula. Dissolve it properly. It will give you blue color solution. So see, after some time, if you observe at the bottom, you will see the blue color is turning little bit greenish. So if you keep this as it is for more time, the full solution will become green. I am taking out, see this one, this is the iron nail, and see this brown color deposition is of copper from the solution deposited on the iron nail. Okay, if you keep it for more time, full iron nail will be coated with copper, pure copper. Okay, the solution will turn to green because of the formation of iron sulfate, and it will become green, which indicates that is formation of iron sulfate solution and copper deposited on the iron. Now the next topic is importance of chemical changes. Chemical changes are very important in our lives. The new substances which we use in our lives are produced as a result of chemical changes or chemical reactions. So some of the importance of chemical changes are metals, which we use for making wires like copper wire, aluminium wire. Then utensils are made by iron or copper or stainless steel. These metals
are extracted from their naturally occurring compounds called ores by a series of chemical changes. Medicines are required for treating patients. These medicines are prepared by carrying out a chain of chemical changes. The materials such as plastics, soaps, detergents, perfumes, acid bases, and salts, these are very important materials. So, these all materials are produced by carrying out various types of chemical changes. Every new material is discovered by studying different types of chemical changes. Differences between physical and chemical changes. If we know the properties of physical change and chemical change, then we can differentiate between physical change and chemical change easily. Here are some differences between physical change and chemical changes. First one is, in physical change, no new substance is formed. Only the physical property of the substance gets changed. In chemical change, one or more than one new substance is formed. Physical change is temporary change. This is temporary change. Chemical change is permanent change. Physical change easily reversible. Chemical changes are usually irreversible. That means we cannot get back the original substance again, but in physical change we can get back the original substance again. Number 4 is, in physical change, very little energy in the form of heat, light, etc. is either absorbed or given out. In chemical change, a lot of energy in the form of heat, light is either absorbed or given out. The same substance can undergo a physical and chemical change depending upon the condition. Paper is a material. If we take a sheet of paper and tear it into small pieces, then this tearing of paper is a physical change. But the same piece of paper, if we burn, then burning of paper is a chemical change, because we cannot get back the original sheet of paper again if we burn it, and new substances are formed like heat, light, carbon dioxide, water vapor, smoke, ash. The melting of wax is a physical change, whereas burning of wax is a chemical change. Wax is the same substance, but when a candle burns, some of the wax melts. So, this melting of wax is a physical change, but some of the wax burns. So, burning of wax is a chemical change, because here new substances are formed like water vapor, carbon dioxide, heat, and light. So, burning of wax is a chemical change. Ozone absorbs ultraviolet radiations coming from the sun and breaks down to form oxygen. That means ozone means 3 atoms of oxygen, and oxygen gas have 2 atoms of oxygen. So when this ozone breaks, it forms oxygen gas, the oxygen which we require for our breathing. That oxygen is formed from ozone when it absorbs ultraviolet radiation. In this way, ozone layer absorbs harmful ultraviolet radiations coming from the sun and prevents them from reaching the earth. The breaking down of ozone into oxygen is a chemical change.